and this is all subconscious, by the way, so you don't really realize you're doing this, but it's happening to you in the moment as you're talking. And she's sort of reading this body language now, and what it ends up doing is it ends up telling her that she's crowded, that she feels that she needs to pull away after a while. The more she has to pull away with her body language, the more you're going to subconsciously be drawn to chase her with your body language and try to get sort of in front of her again. Try to face her more and try to do nice things for her to get her attention back, to get her turned back to you, or even to just look at you, to talk to you. And the more you do that, of course, the more you'll ruin your chances with a girl. So instead of giving too much positive body language, what you want to do is you want to just give her just the right amount of positive body language. And at the perfect amount, and there are systems that you can study that you can learn how to use, teach you how to use your body language in the proper sort of perfect way that attracts a woman. But for now, I'll give you sort of the easiest way to fix the problem of having too much positive body language. And that is by turning away every 30 to 40 seconds for about 2 or 3 seconds. So just turn your body into a different direction, make sure you're smiling, and then turn it back again. And then keep talking as if nothing happened. Now, what this does is it allows her to sort of wonder for a second whether or not you're leaving. And then she doesn't want you to leave in her head. And then you turn back, and she's happy you're there. So it sort of resets this happiness state or excited state for her, so she can continue to enjoy your company. If you don't do this, she'll start to wonder whether or not she wants you there, and she'll have to leave because she's sort of afraid that you're going to come on too strong, or she won't be able to get rid of you later on. Even if she's attracted to you, she'll do this. So that's really important for you to know. The third in the list of the top 7 things that guys do that ruin their chances with women is not touching enough or in the right way. This is one of the biggest things I've seen guys do, and when I taught my classes, I went out, I would predict which guys would do this, and with almost 100% accuracy. Most of us believe that touching women when we first meet her is risky, and I think we'd probably be right in saying that touching a woman when we first meet her is risky, because it kind of is. But we think that we're going to inconvenience someone, that we're going to make them upset, that they're going to not like us, that they're going to pull away and recoil from us. But the truth is, they don't do that. If you touch them from the very beginning, and you continue to sort of touch them in the sort of light, friendly way, like on the shoulders or on the arm every once in a while, and you don't leave your hand there for any longer than 2 seconds in the beginning, just touch for a couple of seconds, and then sort of pull your hand away while you're talking and in the middle of a conversation. What this does is it breaks through the touch barrier. The touch barrier is the number one reason why guys fall into the friend zone. So if you have noticed that you keep being friends with a lot of girls, and but you can't seem to sort of get past that, this is the reason why it's happening, no doubt. And now, not only do you need to touch enough, you also need to know exactly how to touch her in order to escalate her to the next level, to get her excited, comfortable, confident, and happy around you. The entire time you're talking to her, and exhilarated in order to take it to a sexual level at some point, you're going to have to be touching her. And in the beginning, it's just a friendly, light, normal, comfortable touch. And that's how you have to go about it. In many other cultures, we find through studies that have been done, especially in Italy or in France, that guys there touch sometimes 800 to 1,000% more than we do in the US and in England and similar English-speaking countries. In that part of the world, it's very normal for people to touch a lot. So people within that culture expect you to. Now, when someone from that culture comes into one of our cultures, then what you would think would happen is that, we would think that they were really sleazy, but if you've noticed, that doesn't happen. Women in the US and England and in a lot of other places find Italian and French men very attractive in the way that they act. And one of the main things they do is that they touch in the right way. And we can get more into that in a later video. The fourth biggest mistake that guys make is buying time or attention. There's something called value, and that is basically your level of confidence. And when we read each other to figure out what our values are, well, the lowest value is the value of what's called supplication, which basically means to beg or to buy time or attention. Basically, this is doing something nice for somebody so that you'll get something in return, and secretly so that you'll get something in return. The problem is women don't know what you want in return, but they can tell that you want something. And when they tell that you want something, it's an instant turnoff for them. And it's important that you know how to do nice things for people without them sort of thinking that you want something in return. That's very crucial. If you can't do that, every time you start to talk to a woman, you'll lose the attraction immediately. The fifth, perhaps, and the most common mistake that men make after they meet a woman for the first time is they sort of create an imaginary relationship. Now, the psychology behind the reason why this happens is kind of fascinating. Whenever we talk to someone and we meet them and we're very attracted to them, or they stick in our minds later on, we end up thinking about them a lot. We end up sort of leaving, and we end up, the whole way home, we think about them and wonder if we're going to talk to them again, and wonder what to do, if we're going to be able to meet up with them this week, or some guys are picturing them naked, of course. Whatever it is that we want from them, whatever goal we sort of have in mind, we usually picture that goal and we want to get it. We want that sort of thing. So what ends up happening is we start thinking about them a lot. Now, our brains don't have a separate folder, so to speak, for things that we imagine happening and things that have actually happened. So what we do is our emotions start to kick in, and it seems as if all the things that we're dreaming about, we're sort of daydreaming, are actually happening to us. So we start to get this happy feeling. We start to anchor these emotions and connect these emotions to these thoughts, so that what eventually happens is we build an sort of imaginary relationship with this woman in our minds before we even see her for the first date. And when we do show up for the first date, we act as if she's supposed to be on the same level as we are. This ruins so many first interactions. It ends up being that the guys who actually advance beyond this are the guys who are so busy that they don't have time to think about the girls that they're seeing. That's a really crucial mistake for a lot of guys, and one of the biggest ones that I've seen as well. Now, the final two mistakes are two of the most embarrassing mistakes that a guy can make, because he won't know he's making a mistake until everything is absolutely messed up. They are probably the scariest things that you could possibly do, and the problem is that almost no men know about these mistakes and know that there's actually a problem in the first place. So knowing the next two will automatically put you in the top 2% of men in the world from a woman's perspective, and will automatically skyrocket you to a level of interacting with the type of woman that you've always really wanted to interact with. Be that for, say, a long-term relationship that you've really wanted with a really beautiful woman, or getting a telephone number, or making out with her, kissing, or being intimate with a beautiful woman that you're thinking of, maybe you're thinking of now, or one that you haven't even met yet. And you're going to get another video tomorrow that's going to outline these two mistakes for you. Plus, I'm going to teach you a technique that will teach you how to look at a woman in a way that will subconsciously make her want to make out with you. and one simple sentence that will make her lean in for the kiss first, instead of you having to put your neck out there and risk having her turn away. Keep your eyes out for that email. You should get that tomorrow. That gives you access to this new exclusive video, and that will teach you a technique again on how to turn her on just by this sort of special, looking at her in a special way. It's called the kiss technique. Plus, it will teach you the final two biggest mistakes that men make that absolutely obliterate their chances with women. All of that will come tomorrow, and of course, it's all for free. So check it out and look for that email. And I'll see you in the next video.